guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed plant content where we talk about the good, the bad, the dying, and the thriving plants in our collection. So, today I'm going to be showing you my little 2-inch pot Hoyas. I have about 30 of them, so it might go into another part. But yeah, I'm excited to show you. If you enjoy plant content and talking about plants and just learning in general how to grow your plants better, hit the subscribe button, join our community, and come hang out. Alrighty guys, so this is my Hoya numeroides. I recently looked at her roots. When I got all of the little starter plugs, they came in like a cocoa husk, and I left them on because I didn't know if there was going to be roots in there, and I didn't want to destroy any of the roots. This is probably a bad idea because I looked at her roots today and they're not great. She has them, obviously, she's alive, she's trying to put out new growth right here, but I should have taken the cocoa core off before potting her up into a thing. So note to self, next time you see that, don't do that. But anyway, she's doing okay now. I'll bring you up close for the new baby leaves coming out. Beautiful. A lot of people say this is a fast grower, and I can't really comment on that because of the cocoa husk, cocoa core, whatever it was that was wrapped around the base of this plant when I first got her. But the leaves are fuzzy, they're succulent-like, and it's a cute plant. We got a whole bunch of new leaves growing up here. See if I can zoom you in. Let's see. Oh, maybe that's better. Anyway, we got some new leaves coming up here. This is a whole new tendril. I'm excited to see this guy actually finally take off now that the cocoa core is not constricting her root development. Alright, Hoya numeroides. Okay, the next one is Hoya Morillii, and look at that leaf. She recently put out this new tendril that goes up about like a foot, and she's shot out this tendril and put out 2 new leaves, so that is extremely exciting. She is also still in cocoa core. A lot of my 2-inch pots are still in the cocoa core. I have plans to go through them and see which ones can be up potted into the 4-inch and which ones just still need to stay in the 2-inch pot. I don't have enough pots to do it yet, so that's kind of like why it's not done. But eventually I'll get to it. Anyway, the venation on these leaves is gorgeous. The texture of the leaves, it feels like cardboard. I don't know if you can probably feel it, or not feel it, hear it. Oh, I'm tired, guys. But each leaf looks different. The venation is beautiful. Overall, stunning plant. I can't wait for this guy to get larger, and I think I'm gonna trellis this one up. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think I should do. Hoya Morillii. Alright guys, so these are my Hoya Memorias. As you can see, one has really taken off. She's put out a very long tendril, and she's putting out leaves very nicely. Look at those pretty guys. And then we have this one, which I'm not sure if there's different forms of the Memoria. This one does seem to grow slower, but they're in the same spot, getting the same light, everything like that. The leaves, I guess, are maybe a little thinner, and this one might have a little bit more splash. I don't know. If you guys know if there's a different form of the Memoria, I think they also call it the gracilis. Let me know in the comments, just so that I know, because as far as I know, they're the same plant, but they are obviously growing very differently. Yep. My Hoya Memorias. Okay, the next one is Hoya, I think, Snowcaps. I'm not really sure. This is the other plant that survived from the order from Adrian Payne on Facebook. I made a video on that. You can go check it out. This one's been kind of slow. I mean, relatively, I guess, compared to my other Pt.3 that kind of took off. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just feel like maybe I need to water her a little bit more. She got like kind of limp leaves, but she is putting out new growth, so that's always good. But yeah, Hoya Pt.3 snowcaps? Question mark. Okay, so these are my Hoya Canosa Freckles. This is a piece that snapped off of this piece, this plant, when I was moving, so I just stuck her in some soil, and she's growing, so that's exciting. This plant has been pretty consistent. I got a mealybug. That's okay. Anyway, it's been pretty consistent in its growth. It's like a slow and steady type of grower. As you can see, the leaves come in a very dark red, and then they fade to a darker green with a speckling of freckles in the form of little splash marks. I will say each leaf on this comes out looking a little different. I don't hate it. It's a beautiful plant. I like how, like, this leaf is going to look completely different than any other leaf so far. But as you can see, some of the leaves are a little funky, but overall a very good and easy plant to grow. And then, as you can see, very easily propagatable, if that's a word. Anyway, Hoya Carnosa Freckles. Okay, so these are my 3 Hoya Carryeyes. This is the variegata one, where the variegation is on the inside. This one is the albo marginata, where the variegation is on the outside. And this is just a regular Carryeye. It does have some splash, so that's exciting. And all of them are putting out a new leaf. This guy got one right here and 2 more up here. This one has one right down here. And then obviously you can see this one. So these guys are relatively slow growing for me, although they all have picked up growth within like the last month or 2. So maybe it's just they, you know, the summertime, the warmer weather, and they want to grow. So Hoya Carryeyes. Alright guys, so this is the Hoya Crosata. As you can see, a very like deep medium green, very consistent in its growth. All of the leaves look the same, just different sizes. They all have a cute little point at the end, except for this one, it got cut off in shipping. And yeah, she's just been putting out some new growth. As you can see, the darker stems is all new growth within the last month. And I'm excited to see this guy grow. I'm not sure if this is more of like a bush type plant or if it will eventually vine out and trail. I guess we'll see. Time will tell. And we got the smallest little leaf growing right there. Hoya Crosata. Okay, so this is Hoya Jennifer. This is probably one of my favorites right now. If you can see, look at the venation on that. The newer leaves come in a deep green, and then the venation is like almost like a deep blue-black with a good amount of light. You can also get the darker rimmed blackish blue color on them. It has been putting out consistent growth over the past month, and I mean, it's just a beautiful plant. Look at that. Hoya Jennifer. Alright, so this is just a little cutting of I think a Kentiana or Morillii. I don't know the difference. It feels like it's rooted, so we're just gonna leave it alone, and hopefully it will grow. But if not, I guess it's cute little 2-leaf plant. You know, that's cool. Hoya Kentiana Morillii question mark. Next is my Hoya Sunrise. This guy has also been a relatively slow grower for me. It has put out this new little tendril, I guess, and it is working on some new leaves right here. but overall it's been pretty slow. So I eventually want to check out the roots, make sure there's no like coconut husk restricting the roots and preventing the plant from thriving. But this is my Hoya Sunrise. We got a little bit of splashing on this leaf. Not splashing, sun stress on this leaf with the red outer rims. But not a lot other than that. You can see a venation though. So I guess it has a little bit of stress. But not enough to maintain that deep red color. But still, nonetheless, a beautiful plant. Alright, so this is my Hoya Canosa Crinkle. That's what it was sold to me as. I guess it's because the number of crinkles is not consistent. Like some have like 2 or 3. Others look like they might have more. I would expect this plant to grow more because it's a Carnosa, but not really. Recently we've just put out this little bundle of leaves right here, but before that it was slow in growing. So I'm curious to find out what the roots look like in this guy once I get enough pots. But yeah, Hoya Carnosa Crinkle. Okay, so the last plant I'm going to show you for this part is the Hoya Morillii. As you can see, it is a very textured leaf. The venation is prominent on these older leaves. The venation on this older leaf looks parallel for the main veins and then netted for the secondary veins. But this has been a slow grower up until recently, where all of these new leaves are pretty much new. This was a one leaf plant when I first got them, and they're coming out a little wonky, but I think I just need to get on my watering game a little bit more and they will come out better than this. This might be a Hoya that requires a little bit more humidity maybe. I'm not 100% sure. If you know, let me know in the comments below. But overall, I'm happy with the growth of this plant. I'm glad it's not just a one leaf cutting anymore. And yeah, I'm excited to see the growth pattern of this plant as it continues to grow. Hoya Morillii. Alright guys, so that wraps up this part of my little 2-inch Hoya tour collection. Let me know which one is your favorite out of what I've shown today. Also, go check out the other 2 Hoya collection videos that I made. I made one of my recently imported water propagation ones and of my larger Hoyas. And stick around and hit the subscribe button so that you can see the next part of my Hoya collection tour. Alrighty guys. Yeah. Until next time, relax, plant, and peace out.